Just talking musicals with you. What a chat. I always love chatting with you. Now, where are we? Oh,
What question are we on?
next up, Broadway or West End, Mr. English?
Man.
You've been asked this before, haven't you?
I have, and I'm actually happy that I get to answer it again. I really blew it on, I was going to say, yeah, Pointless Celebrities. I really blew, Armstrong asked me this, and I really blew it. I think they edited most of it out. They didn't make me look too bad, but I really blew it. And so, yeah. So, Broadway. Nothing can beat the buzz of Broadway at 8 o'clock at night. Most shows, I think all shows, pretty much start at 8 o'clock. And so everybody's always late coming from their dinner at the restaurant or, you know, their train or their bus getting to the theater. So there's that buzz coming into the theater and you know, from the stalls, from the orchestra, it feeds on stage and it just lights you up. And, you know, if you got the flu, if you're not feeling good, you're instantly better. And you can go on and do a magnificent show. And you know, the excitement afterwards, waiting for the cast at the stage door, is every night. And so, and the talent, the amount of talent, you know, is huge. And you feel extremely lucky to be on Broadway because, you know, there's 20 to 50 guys right behind you as talented as you, ready to do your part.
Yeah.
So you do feel really lucky when you make it to Broadway. But so nothing can beat that Broadway buzz. Not for me. But, you know, Broadway can be overproduced. And so when you sit down in the West End and you sit in the Garrick Theater or the Apollo and some of those gorgeous, intimate theaters, and you sit down for a play in the West End, I say 95% of the time you will not be disappointed. The way the Brits are so good at storytelling. So it's a different kind of buzz, but no one does that in the world like the West End. So that's where I'm stuck answering that question, what's better? Because now I realize that they're different. For me,
always have been, haven't they?
Gosh, not even just the West End plays, but the off West End plays, the Old Vic and you know, things like that are really, and the Chocolate Factory. I don't think there's anything like that in New York that I know of as of now.
And the Donmar.
And the Dunmar, of
Yeah.
course.
They've got such a special atmosphere, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the history. You just can't beat the history of the West End.
Broadway has good histories, but I know exactly what you mean.
It does. Just, I don't know, you feel the weight of the past when you walk through London and then into one of those old theaters. It's remarkable.
Do you know what? West End.
Yeah.
Because when I think of the size of the United States of America and the choice that they have of actors, technicians, wiggies, makeup, theatre designers, you know, and then you look at London or look at England and the size of, you know, get a Russian doll in America and plop England inside it. We're probably the little tiny doll that you get right at the end. But the productions that we produce, amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And in fact, I saw Wicked on Broadway and I saw Wicked in London and I thought the London production was better. So yeah, I think I'm really, really proud of London's West End and the things that it produces. And it's wonderful that things come from Broadway to West End. You know, it's the first of all the countries in the world. I think a lot of things come to London first, which I think is a huge compliment to us and our artists and our theatres, really.
There's always been a crossover, hasn't there? Since
the
20th century, it's always been that I mean, in the old days, what Broadway was doing was nicking some of the stuff from London, and Gilbert and Sullivan, they nicked some of their works and just produced their own version. So then Gilbert and Sullivan would take their operettas over there, and it's always
kind of like a little game of tennis, isn't it? You know, batting the shows from one country to the other across the pond.
For me, though, Broadway really, really created what we know as the musical theatre today. But the fact is, yes, that's a fact. But the West End has something else, doesn't it? And it can't be denied. It has its tradition of, alongside musical theatre, it has the long-standing tradition, which is much older than the United States has, as hundreds of years of theatrical history.
Yeah. And I think also as well, going back to my little Oliver production, when I started doing Amdram productions in Harrogate, my dream was to have my own show in the West End. And so I kind of feel I have to give a loyalty to my own country and to London because I really have had a wonderful time, you know, playing in the West End.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, this is so dangerous, you know.
I know.
But then I have to say to myself, what? Am I never going to work again? Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. I'm going to say that they each have a value.
Hadley, your new friend, I let Hadley have both.
Did you?
Yes, I must confess.
Okay, well, I'll claim both, but I'll tell you why specifically. I think when you look at Broadway, you will never find a better teacher of how to do it bigger, bolder, brighter. It's just the spectacle of Broadway cannot be matched. I don't think anywhere. And so it is great at that. And I owe so much to my years there. As far as learning how to do that, learning how to be at the top of my craft and give everything. I learned that all through them. To the same degree, in the West End, that big, bold, over-the-top, slug you with a hammer is exactly what you don't want in some productions. And specifically with our production and Juliet, I've said to our producers, you must take the London company over to Broadway if you're going to try to open this on Broadway. There is a finesse and a delicacy and an understanding that only comes with the English mindset. And if you take this to Broadway producers and actors and directors, they're going to be trying to make it bigger and bolder and better. And it's going to lose all of the beauty that comes with what we have. And so I think that's irreplaceable here in the West End. I don't think the Broadway companies would know how to do what we do. We do. Look, I'm clearly a Brit.
Just talking musicals with you.